Hey, good morning, everybody. It's about 7:38, and I thought I'd throw this out to you guys here at the YT and probably even at DeviantArt if I put it up there, and at Facebook and Twitter. The title says it best. I know I've asked this before, but obviously now that we know what the final cover, or covers, if you will, whatever you want to call it, the final cover for the crossover is going to look like, and basically have an idea of who's going to be involved. The question is, what do you think the outcome is? Well, obviously you know what the outcome is going to be, but what kind of effect, after effects, do you think this is going to have on any of the continuities whatsoever? You know, what do you think the after effects are going to be on both the Sonic and Mega Man stories, if you will? You know, going forward, what do you think they will be? Me, honestly, I still feel that they're going to have. I still feel that eventually they're just going to have everything come full circle in the Sonic comics, and I think we're going to have another breakdown by Eggman. Either that, we're going to have some kind of side story down the line where you're just going to have Eggman thinking to himself, you know, I've done this, I've done that, I've tried to alter reality, but yet nothing works. Nothing stops the hedgehog. He always beats me. Why? Why? What's going on? What am I doing wrong? And I wouldn't be surprised if they did something similar for Wily in the Mega Man deal. Have him go like, I have done everything I could to defeat Light's blue bomber. I have done everything. I've even altered reality. But yet nothing works. Again, what do you think it will be? Again, what do you think it will be, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think the aftermath will be? I mean, we apparently know that one of the main plot points in this crossover is the fact that we do find out what happened with the blue Chaos Emerald. We do finally find that out. You know, because, you know, that's the one that started the Genesis wave in the first place, and now it's starting it again. So what do you think is going to happen with that emerald after it's all said and done? Do you think Silver is going to take it back to his timeline so that nothing like this happens again? Do you think it's going to be kept by the Team Freedom and Team Fighters, basically the Freedom Fighters? Or do you think it's going to get lost again? You know, these are questions a lot of fans have to have when something like this happens in any kind of media, when you have a crossover like this, and you have some kind of storyline similar to this. Because you always wonder what the after effects will be. You know, and me, honestly, I think the after effects are going to be quite intriguing, quite interesting. It's like I've said, I think honestly, my humble opinion, and you can agree with me or anybody else on this, whether you want to or not, but I truly believe in my heart of hearts that the redesigns of the characters are going to be results of the Genesis wave. Now, I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, what about Tails? Tails is not going to get a redesign, is he? Well, if they stay true to the story arc or the plot point for Tails, his own character story arc or story, his own basic plot point for his character, I should say, of him being like some kind of chosen one, which has yet to adapt into who he really is. Because let's not forget, that's still lingering out there. You can't just wrap it up at the Tommy Turtle deal. But anyway, I know a lot of people will say, well, why won't Tails get a redesign? Again, if he's supposedly supposed to be like the chosen one, then I don't think they're going to let any kind of redesign happen. And I don't think Sega's going to let it happen. Which would be kind of stupid, but yet, what are you going to do? Again, though, I think it's all going to be part of the Genesis wave. I just got this feeling. I don't know why I got this feeling. Now, another thing that I think a lot of people would like to see happen as an after effect, or would predict should happen, or would probably think would happen as an after effect, is robotization will be put to rest. In other words, Eggman will no longer be able to roboticize whatsoever. Doesn't mean that it still won't be around. It's just that Eggman will no longer have the resources to do that. He will no longer have the resources to make a robot. Well, he will have the resources, but he just won't be able to do it again. Because I've got a feeling one of the plot points going forward is that no matter what mission Team Fighters, Team Freedom, Freedom Fighters, whatever you want to call them, go on, one of the main goals will be to destroy a roboticizer before it really takes off. Again, it's just my opinion, but that's what I feel could be one of the after effects. Of course, another after effect is the characters dealing with the situations they've gone through. You know, you take a look at Sally, and a lot of people kind of already know that despite her redesign, that if she's still herself, and she will be, believe me, that if she's still still being herself despite the redesign, she's going to go through some personal, maybe some inner struggles. We know that. Now, I know some people are thinking, all Ian's going to do is just use that old cliche, that old, thing of, oh, it's not really your fault, you weren't in control kind of deal. And that might be something he might use down the line, but still, it would be great to see some development out of Sally, questioning whether or not she's right to be the leader of the Freedom Fighters, or they should just give it to Sonic, because he's more like, hey, go, that even though he's more like a, head first, action first, ask questions later kind of guy, or action first, plan later kind of guy. Basically a heads on, basically a guy that rushes in without looking kind of individual. She'll question whether or not they should give the leadership to him, because even though he has those traits, he always finds a way to get the job done. Still, we don't know, but still we don't know, what she'll go through, but I think that'll be one of the things. She'll be questioning whether or not she's capable of being the leader. And another thing, though, I think is, one other thing I think will happen is, yes, she will probably realize she's still eligible to be a leader, but she'll embrace the fact that, yeah, I could still be leader, Sonic could still be a leader, and maybe together we could come up with a solution. And that solution, ladies and gentlemen, would be for them to go, well, basically, not just be the old selves again, not just do the old planning stages, but add a little more spice to it. In other words, what I mean is embrace Sonic's attitude when it comes to the missions. It's like, okay, you could do the planning, and it's like I've said in many videos, because I feel this will be an aftermath. I mean, Ian would have to be crazy not to pass this up. But one of the after effects I believe could happen is they'll embrace Sonic's attitude when it comes to missions. So that, like, no matter what Eggman throws at them, you could have Sally and Bunny and Antron just like, attack it, destroy it, whatever, take it down, and then kind of look at Eggman going like, is that the best you could do? Come on, we've seen better. And again, Ian Flynn would have to be crazy not to pass that up. He'd have to be crazy to pass that up. But to me, that's just some of the after effects I feel is going to happen. Again, it's just what I feel. But what do you guys think? What do you think the after effects will be? Do you agree with some of what I said? Heck, do you even think the Zone Cop will finally get involved and kind of put a warning towards Eggman that, hey, if you mess with the space-time continuum again, I'm going to banish you to an unknown zone or something like that? What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen? What story arcs do you think we'll get depending on what happens behind the scenes? What do you think will happen? Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like, and I'll talk to y'all later.